Warm greetings from Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. My name is Alan Gio from Department of Computer Science and Engineering. I'm going to explain about the topic Introduction to Linked List from Data Structures and Algorithms. Before going to the topic, let me explain what is the basic thing for data structure. So data structure, what is data structure? Data structure is a collection of data in certain pattern so that those data which are arranged will be used for completing a task in an effective and efficient way. So this data structure is differentiated into two different categories. The first one, it is the primitive data type, and the second one, it is the abstract data type. So this primitive data types are classified into integer, character, float, etc. These things will be coming under the primitive data type. And the abstract data types are the data types such as the array, list, stack, queue, everything will be coming under the abstract data type. So now we'll be starting about the introduction to linked list. So linked list, it is a linear data structure. So this linked list, which has a very important thing, which is called node. So each node will have two important parts in it, a part for storing a data as well as a pointer. So what is the use of the pointer? A pointer will be storing the address of the next element, the successor element, so that the traversal, the link can be made from starting node to the next node, and it goes up to the last node. So that is the whole use of the pointer. So a linked list is a data structure which can change during execution. That is the main advantage of the linked list. Apart from it, as I said earlier, the successive elements are connected by the pointers. Pointers are the important parts of the linked list, which stores the address of the next element. That's what the successive element. Apart from it, there is something called null pointer. What is the null pointer? Inside this null pointer, no address is stored. So when a node has a null pointer, it states that that is the last part of the list, so that the traversal should be terminated. The traversal has to be terminated. So it says that last element points to null. Apart from it, the main merit of the linked list is none other than this linked list can grow as well as shrunk in size during the execution of the program. That's what the last stage of the program. And very important thing about the linked list, it does not waste memory space. So as you can see, this is a complete structure of a linked list. So here three different nodes are given, and each node will have two different parts, the data element which to be stored as well as the pointer. The address of the second element. Let's go for an example. The B node, the second node which has B element, the address of the second node will be stored in the pointer of the first node. So as it goes on. And the last node will have a null pointer which states that there is no way of traversal, no address has been stored in the last node, the third node. So that it is said to be as the last node and the starting node of a list which will be called as a head. So this is about the linked list. And about tracking about the linked list, you must know about the pointer. So the pointer points to the first element of the list, which is called the start or head, which is the starting point of the list. As well as this linked list provides the flexibility in allowing the items to be arranged efficiently. So that's what, as I said, there is a very good flexibility of a linear data structure, which is done through the linked list, which is none other than there are two basic operations which is done in the linked list. So what are those two basic operations, which is none other than inserting an element as well as deleting an element. So already there are n number of elements, and if you just want to insert a new element, there is quite a pattern to follow it. As well as there is number of elements in a linked list, and you just want to delete it, there is also a quite pattern to delete it. So now we'll see those patterns, what are the ways of inserting an element and what is the ways of deleting an element we'll be seeing it. So now we'll be going with the first classification or operation of the linked list, which is inserting an element. So insertion. So insertion of the element. As you can see, this is the whole list which has 3 different nodes over it. So here this X, that is the temporary, this is this X element which will be considered as the new element. This new element has to be inserted between A and B. So as I said earlier, pointers, what is the use of the pointer? This pointer will be storing the address of the next element, the successor element. So through this pointer, the traversal will be done. The link will be created between 2 or more nodes together. So as usually, this new node should know the address of the new node should be shared between 2 different nodes, which is A and B. So this A node will be taking the address of the new node, and it creates a link between the new node, as well as this new node will be taking the address of B, or it just gives the address of itself to B, and so that a link will be created between the new node and B. So address is given to A, address is taken by A, and the address is given to B. So there are 2 different parts, you must be clear about it. The address is taken by A and the address is given to B. So address is taken, the address of the new node is taken by A, so that the link will be created from A to X, and the address of the new node, the X node, will be given to B, so that another link will be created from X to B. So this is how insertion will be done in a single linked list. As you can see, X item has to be inserted. So A, B, okay, current node, and since the address has been shared, the address of the A has been shared to X, it is linked together, and the address of X which is shared to B, it is linked together. So this is how insertion has been done. Same as like that, the deletion process. About the deletion process, same thing will be done, but there is a small change over it. But pointers plays a vital role over it. Let's assume B has to be deleted. The current element, the pointer of A, will be storing the address of the last element. Which is the last element? C is the last element. The address of C will be stored in the pointer, so that a link will be, a traversal will be created from A to C by neglecting B. As you can see, so this is the B element which will be deleted. So the link has been created from A to C. So now B is deleted. So this is how the whole process is done. Apart from it, the essence of insertion and deletion. What are the essence of insertion and deletion? A record is created holding a new item. So insertion says that a new record has to be inserted. So this record, what you're going to insert, will have a new item over it. That is the first important part. But from it, the next pointer of the new record is set to link it to the item, which is to be followed inside the list. So the new record, which has a new pointer, should be linked with the other nodes or the connective node, so that it should be placed inside the list. So that's what the second point states. Third point states the next pointer of the item. That's what the new item. The next pointer of the item, which is to be precede. Precede means next. It must be modified to point to the new item. So these are the 3 important essence for insertion. Same as like that, the essence for deletion. So the first point, the next pointer of the item, immediately, the next pointer of the item, immediately, that's what, after the preceding, the next node, one to be deleted is altered. So that, how it is altered? The address will be exchanged. The address will be exchanged to the pointer. Once to be deleted, it is altered and made to point to the item following to the deleting item by leaving it. So that is the main for the deletion. So we'll now just discuss the difference between the arrays and linked list. So what is an array? Array is a collection of homogeneous, that's what, same elements. And you know what is a linked list? Linked list is the linear data structure which has a nodes to it. We'll see. And both in array and linked list, insertion, deletion operation are common. We'll see that. Insertion, deletion in an array, an element at the end. Insertion and deleting an element will be done at the end. Randomly accessing an element. You can easily access the element randomly over the whole array. And searching the list from a particular value. Through the array, searching the list, you'll be searching the list for a particular value, for a given value. In list, it is very easy, same as like that. Insertion and deletion is done. Inserting an element and deleting an element has been done, but it is not done at the end. It can be inserted at any point in the list, and it can also be deleted at any point in the list. Any new node can be inserted at any part of the list, as well as any node can be deleted at any point of the list, at any part of the list. That is the two important point. But in array, insertion and deletion can be only done at the end. Inserting an element as well as deleting an element will be done only at the end. So the third one, application where sequentially access is required. Accessing is required because you are eventually inserting and deleting, right? So in such situation, the number of elements cannot be predicted beforehand. In such cases only access is required. So these are the important classification, important difference between the arrays as well as the linked list. And we'll go to the next important topic, which is called the types of list. So what is how these lists are classified? Based on the traversal, based on the linking. So that's what, depending on the way in which the link are used to maintain the adjacency nearby node. Depending on the way in which the links are used to maintain the adjacency, several different types of linked lists are possible. So based on the traversal, based on the linking, that's what linking means. What? The adjacency node, nearby node, the neighbor node, the types of list will be differentiated. That's what which has been given. Depending on the way in which the links are used to maintain adjacency, several different types of linked list are possible. So I hope you can understand it. So this linked list are differentiated into three different categories. The first one is linear linked list, linear singly linked list, doubly linked list, and the last one, it is the circular linked list. So this linear singly linked list can also called as simply linear list. And I'm repeating the same thing again. Linked list is differentiated into three different categories. The first one is singly linked list, second one is doubly linked list, and the third one is circular linked list. Again, this circular linked list is differentiated into two different categories. The first one is singly circular linked list and doubly circular linked list. These are the two different classifications of circular linked list. Okay. I'm repeating it again. Depending on the way in which the links are used to maintain the adjacency, several different types of linked lists are possible. That's what created. So there are three different types of linked list: singly linked list, doubly linked list, and the last one is circular linked list. So circular linked list is again differentiated into two different categories: singly circular linked list and doubly circular linked list. So we'll see about the singly linked list. Singly linked list, we have already discussed about it. A normal linked list which has a one way of traversal, one pointer in it, which has a head, and there is a null pointer. So this is a singly linked list. See, there is only one way of traversal from each node, which has only one pointer, only one side, and there is a null pointer, there is a head. That's it. This is a singly linked list. Very simple. There is only one way of traversal. Linked is done in only one side. Linked is done in only one side. Only one pointer are used in all the nodes. Only one pointer is used in all the nodes. There is a head and there is a null pointer. This is singly linked list. The next one we'll see about the doubly linked list. So what is the doubly linked list? Pointers will be used in both the side of the node. What is the reason for using both the side of the node? Why pointers are used in both the side of the node? Because there can be two ways of traversal can be done. What are those two ways of traversal? The forward traversing and the backward traversing. Forward traversing and the backward traversing. You can also say it as forward link and backward link. Two way of traversal can be done only in doubly linked list. And how it can be done? Only through the pointers. As I said earlier, pointers plays a vital role in the linked list. What is a pointer? Pointer holds the address of the successor, predecessor, and the successor elements. So that's what about the doubly linked list. So doubly linked list, pointer exists between adjacent nodes in both directions. Adjacent node in both directions. Pointers exist. Two different pointers are used in a node. Pointers exist between adjacent node in both directions. The list can traversal either forward or backward. As I said, the list can be traversed either forward or backward. Forward traversal can be done as well as backward traversal can also be done in the doubly linked list. Through what? Through the pointers. Because each node will have two pointer on the both side of the node, both side of it, the right and left. So the list can be traversed either forward or backward. Usually two pointers are maintained. Usually two pointers are maintained to keep track of the list. Only through the pointer you can track it. Usually two pointers are maintained to keep track of the list, where in the head part as well as the tail part of a node, head part and the tail part. So we'll see that. So here, this is a doubly linked list. So the starting of the node, the starting of the list, it is said to be as the head. The end of the list, it is said to be as the tail. As you can see, there is a both two way of traversal. There is a forward traversal and there is a backward traversal. As you can see, there is a forward traversal and there is a backward traversal. As well as there are two in a single node, two different pointers, right side pointer and left side pointer is also there. So that is the huge difference between a singly linked list and doubly linked list. In singly linked list, we'll be using only one way of traversal. Pointers will be having only one in each node and there will be a head. But in doubly linked list, you will be using two different pointers in a node, so that since there are two different pointers, there will be a forward traversal as well as the backward traversal. Here, through the head and tail, in the list, that's what usually two pointers are maintained to keep track. That's what now. Through the head and tail, we'll be tracking the whole list. So this is the very important thing in a doubly linked list. As you can see the diagram, you will be understanding it much easier. So now we'll move on to the next important topic, the circular linked list. So very important thing, the circular linked list. So what is that circular? The name itself says something different. Circular, it forms in a circular. The link, the traversal will be done in a circle way, in a round way. How it is made? Only when the last node and the first node is connected. Only when the last node and first node is connected, it forms a circle. The traversal forms a circle. Only if the last node and the first node is connected, it forms a circle. How it can be done? How the last node and the first node can be connected? The address of the last node. The address of the last node will be stored in the address of the first node. The address of the last node will be stored in the pointer of the first node. What is the use of the pointer? I'm repeating the same thing again. The pointer holds the address where the node has to be traversed. It might be successor or it might be predecessor. Okay. So here, as I said about the circular linked list, it should be, the whole traversal should be in a circular way. The whole traversal should be in a circular way. So how it can be done in a circular way? If the last node and the first node is connected, the link, the traversal will be formed in a circular way. As if the address of the last node will be stored in the first node, in the pointer of the first node, in the head. So that's what this whole diagram shows about the circular linked list. This is the address. This address of the last node, that's what the third node, is stored in the first node. That's what. So you'll be asking, there is only one, there is two way of traversal. Yes, two addresses. So the address of B and the address of C will be stored inside the pointer in the pointer A in the first node. So this is how the traversal is done. Only when the last node and the first node is connected, it forms a circular linked list. That's it. We'll move on to the basic operation on a list. So there are 5 different basic operations. What are those 5 different basic operations? Creating a list, traversing the list, inserting an element in the list, deleting an element from the list, and concatenating 2 lists into one. Creating a list. How a list is created? By inserting nodes. How many nodes which is needed? N number of nodes can be inserted. If there is only one node, you can't call it as a list. It's just one node. If you are adding another node, if you are inserting another node, then it is called a list. So that if there are more than 2 or more number of nodes, it forms a list. This is how we will be creating a list through the insertion. I hope you would have understood it. Next, traversing the list. Traversing means what? Linking, moving from one node to the another node, connecting all the nodes together. That's what traversing. Connecting all the nodes together, that is called traversing in a list. So these are the two main important initial operations on a list. First one, creating. The second one is traversing. Only with creating, you can't do nothing. All the nodes has to be connected together, which is done through the traversing. Ultimately, how it is traversed? Through the pointers. I'm repeating the same thing again. Pointers holds the address of the node where it should be traversed. So, major 2 important things: creating a list, traversing the list. Okay. Apart from it, other 2 important operations on the list are inserting an element and deleting an element, which is very much known to you. Inserting an item in the list and deleting an item from the list. Inserting, very simple. There is a list already. You just wish to increase the size of the list. As we saw in the advantage, this linked list, what is the main advantage of it? It can grow as well as it can shrink. So that is the main advantage of the list. So which is based on insertion and deletion. Insertion and deletion. So which says that the first main advantage is a linked list can grow as well as the linked list can shrink by itself based on inserting an element as well as deleting an element. So that is the main advantage of the linked list. By following this advantage, another advantage will be continued together. While doing such things, the space will not be taken more. Only less amount of space will be taken. So that is the main advantage of the linked list. So there are 2 different operations: inserting an element in the list and deleting an element from the list. That's about it. And concatenating 2 lists into one. How concatenation has been done? I just said about the circular linked list. This circular linked list will be differentiated into 2 different categories. The first one is singly circular linked list. Already circular linked list is a list, and singly linked list is a list. We are just concatenating 2 different linked lists together. 2 different linked lists together. It forms a what? Singly circular linked list. Same as like the doubly circular linked list. So these are the 5 different operations which can be performed over in the linked list. Basic 5 different operations which can be performed on a list. So first one, creating a list, traversing the list, creating a list, traversing the list, inserting an element in the list, deleting an element from the list, and the last one is concatenating 2 lists into one. That is about the basic operation. Now we will see list is an abstract data. Why list is an abstract data type? So before going to it, you must know what is an abstract data type. Abstract. What is the term called abstract? Hiding something, showing only essential thing. Very simple. I'll give an example. There is a function called swapping function. Swapping means changing, right? When you're using that swapping function over some coding or something, 2 numbers are given. You want to swap it. Those 2 numbers, let's assume 1 and 2. Okay, so 2 numbers are there. You want to swap it. So you're using a swap function. You do not know how that swap function is implemented. Simply you will be getting the output. Can you understand it? So that is an abstract. Simply the implementation is hidden from you and only the output will be shown to you. That is abstract. Hiding something, hiding essential things and showing implementation will be hidden out and showing the output, result only to you. That is an abstract. So now we'll see what is an abstract data type. So what are the abstract data type? Very simple. It is a data type defined by the user. What are defined by the user? Int. What is int? Integer. Only numbers will be coming under integer. Float. Decimal values will be coming under float. Character. Only letters will be coming. Names and other things will be coming under the character. Typically more complex than simple data type like int, float, etc. So that is about the abstract data type. What is an abstract? As I said earlier, hiding something because details of the implementation are hidden. Because details of the implementation are hidden. When you do some operation, let's assume, as I said, the example of swapping. Swapping, it is an operation. When you do some operation on the list, okay, say insert an element. That's what inserting an element. There are two operations which is very much known to you: the insertion operation as well as the deletion operation. So that's what we are taking as an example. Say inserting an element, we'll just call the function. What function will be called? Insert function will be called. Okay, but you don't know how it is implemented. It is hidden. Simply you will be just getting the result. Details how the list is implemented or how the insert function is written is no longer required. That is an abstract data type. So this is called abstract. That is the use of the abstract data type in a linked list. That's the reason why abstract data type is used in a linked list. That's what this heading says. List in an abstract data type. How the abstract data type is done in a linked list. Okay, so conceptual data. So what are these conceptual data? List of implementation and related function. Conceptual data is another list of implementation and related function. What are those implementation and related function? Insertion, it is an implementation. Deleting is the implementation function. But traversing, it is not, it is a related function, relating function. So these things together will form a constitutional data idea. Okay. So as I said earlier, there is a small example which is given, the details of a student. So roll number has been given in integer, name has been given in character, and age is given in integer. So these things will be combined in a node. Okay, these things will be combined in a node, and these things will be having a pointer as a, like next. That's what which is shown over here. A user defined data type called node, and type of struct node is given, student node. That's what student node is given. Node, which is the head. As you'll be seeing it, you'll be seeing it over here. So here head, that is the starting part, and here this is the roll number, name, and age of the student has been shown over here. So for this, memory allocation is done, the size through the size of node. So here next will be coming as well as like the pointer. See, this is the pointer. So which goes on. So if there are n number of nodes in the initial linked list, allocating the records, we are just allocating the records, right? Allocating n number of records one by one. Read in the field of the record, modify the link of the record so that it forms a chain, it forms a link. That's how the singly linked list, as you can see in the below diagram which is given. So that's about it. So traversing the linked list, how the traversing is done, what is to be done. So here we'll see it. Once the linked list has been constructed, the starting, the head points to the first node of the list. Head means what? The starting, the first node of the list. Follow the pointer, display the content of the node as they are traversed. That's what the data element which is stored inside it. Then stop when next pointer points to null. There is no other address. There is no address stored inside the null. So there is no way of traversing. So these are the three important things which has to be followed out. First one, follow the pointer, display the contents of the node as they are traversed, stop when the next pointer points where to the null. So the next one, inserting a node in a list. As you are aware of it, I'll be explaining it again. The problem is to insert a node before a specified node. So how it is done? Specified means some value which is given for the node as like a key. Okay, so this is the example. We considered it to be roll number. Conventional follow. If the value of the roll number is given as negative, the node will be inserted at the end of the list, at the last part of the last part of the list. When a node is added at the beginning, only one pointer needs to be modified. Head is made to point to the new node. New node points to the previous first node. Next one. When a node is added at the end, see these three different scenarios says that when a node is added at the beginning, when a node is added at the ending, and when the node is added in the middle. So again, when a node is added at the beginning, what happens? Only one next pointer needs to be, only one pointer has to be changed. The only one address has to be changed. How it is done? Head is made to point to the new node. Next one, new node point to the previously first element, the first element. This is how you will be adding a new node at the starting of the list, at the beginning of the list. Next one, when a node is added at the end, the last part, how it is done? Two next pointer need to be modified. Since in the previous one, only since it is a new node which is to be added in the beginning of the list, only one pointer will be changing. Here, since it is added at the last part of the list, two pointer has to be added. Two next pointer has to be changed out, modified. Last node now points to the new node, and new node points to null. New node points to null. So that is about the adding a element, in the end of the list, adding an element at the end of the list. The last one says about when a node is added in the middle. How the node is added in the middle? Here also same as like that in the previous one. When a node is added at the end, two different pointers are modified. Same as like that, two next pointers are modified, need to be modified. How it is modified? Previous node now points to the new node, and new node points to the next node. So these are the three different steps. The node can be altered. So that's what the first advantage which was said earlier. List can be shrink, can grow. The list data structure can grow as well as it can shrink by following two different operations, the insertion operation and the deletion operation. So now the insertion operation done in three different scenarios. When a node is added in the starting of the list, that's what the beginning. When a node is added at the end of the list, and when the node is added in the middle of the list. Now, deleting a node from the list. What is to be done? Here also we require to delete a specified node. Say the node, the same node will be taken whose roll number field is given. Here there are three different conditions. Deleting the first node, deleting the last node, deleting an intermediate node. Same thing we will be doing it as like the insertion. Same thing will be also following for deletion also. Here also we have taken the same example, the roll number. Here also the condition arrives. Three different important conditions: deleting the first node, deleting the last node, and deleting the intermediate node. So that is about the deletion part.